The standing ovation from the fans is probably from most of those fans not supportive of what he tweeted. In fact, I would guess most of those fans in Milwaukee over the weekend were not saying, yeah, white power, or yeah, we hate gay people too. I think for the most part, if not everybody giving a standing ovation in that instance, is merely supporting their player who they feel is going through a tough time. I can't imagine anybody giving that standing ovation agrees with that and says, finally, I've got an athlete that thinks like me. Hate speech, yes. I've got to think all of this was our guy's going through a tough time. He apologized. He owned it. And we're here to support him. Which, look, there's nothing wrong with that. However, I always try to put myself in the shoes of others to think about how they were thinking before I jump to my own conclusions or react. And I would just say, if you were in that crowd giving a standing ovation, you might want to think about how the people that were offended by Josh Hader's tweets feel about the standing ovation. I'm a big-time Mets fan. You guys know that. When Jose Reyes came back from domestic assault charges and was suspended for domestic violence, found guilty by MLB, he received a standing ovation at Citi Field from Mets fans. And I was really uncomfortable with that because I would never have given him a standing ovation. Because I can't just separate, oh, he's my guy. Yeah, standing ovation. Seems over the top to give him a standing ovation when he's coming back after domestic violence. And I realized that not everybody in that stadium was saying, yeah, we like domestic violence, but everybody was saying domestic violence isn't enough for me not to support you. And that just becomes a blind support. That just becomes a blind support no matter what you do, no matter what the player does, blind support. And I don't think that's right. Because if you are a person of color in this country and you see a Major League Baseball player having tweeted KKK and white power and use the N-word all over the place, and then you see him get a standing ovation, what you realize is, man, for everybody in those stands, him using those words was, quote-unquote, not a deal breaker. It's not enough for them not to support him. If you are gay and you just see him say, I hate gay people, that's pretty cut and dry. And then you see standing ovation, you go, that guy could hurt me, and it doesn't matter to them because it's only about baseball to them. It's not enough. And if you wonder why people of color, or you wonder why people that feel oppressed, or you wonder why people in minority situations, sexual orientation, people of certain ethnicities, certain religious backgrounds, feel alienated in this country, it's because they see things like that. It's not that everybody in that stadium is racist. It's just that racism isn't enough for them not to give a standing ovation to.